What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. This is the Season 1 Overview Battle Pass for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is finally here. Exciting, coming out November 16th. I'm really looking forward to seeing kind of what they got unfolding for the whole entire game moving on into the first season. So let's just kind of jump in right now and check out some of the cool things that they got going on over here. Okay, so then for Warzone 2, we got obviously the new El Majra map, which it looks fire. I actually have also realized too that after playing Invasion and Ground War, and even some of the other multiplayer maps too. It's obviously that we've gotten like a small touch of what Al Mazrah looks like from a perspective too, which is kind of crazy. So I think it looks really cool. I'm looking forward to see even more so about like what's going to go on in this map. It seems pretty interactive as far as I'm aware, and I feel like even though there's going to be like a lot of different points, I don't really know what the the perspective is going to be for who's going to want to go where for the most part, because everyone's going to look for like that one place that was always like the superstore or like peak. I feel like terminal might, if it's still in the map as a whole, I feel like people will spend a lot of time going over there too, so that could be really cool. We are also going to be getting a new mode called DMZ, which I know is still kind of something that we'll probably read more into as well, so we'll check that out. This Gulag looks like it was the same one that was at the Call of Duty Next event, so that's going to be really cool. We got a Hummer, sponsored. No, not really. And then a heavy chopper, which gives me the impression that it's going to be a helicopter like with miniguns on the side, maybe. So we'll see. It looks a lot larger though than like your typical helo, so we'll find out. There's new in-game features. We got aquatic combat, the circle collapsing, which is also a really cool feature. I'm very curious to see how that'll unfold. We got the proximity chat, which is definitely going to be very insane. The new buy station, third-person playlist with in Warzone. That's fascinating. Okay, and you can do interrogation. Okay, wait. There's a lot honestly going on. We'll see. And the actual multiplayer experience for Modern Warfare 2, we got the Shoot House map, which is such a W map. I love that map. And we also got Shipment coming back, which is cool. We got the new raids, which I'm very excited about. My RPG brain found out that raids was going to be a thing, and I automatically was like in it for this. So I'm definitely going to check this out at some point. Got a new co-op mission coming out, which understandably so too. The co-op missions, kind of like how it was in 2019 Modern Warfare with the spec op missions, these are also actually story related esque. So I feel like because of how amazingly well done the story was for Modern Warfare 2, it's going to be kind of important for us to go through these missions. So we'll definitely have to crack at these two. If you haven't already, I recommend it highly because it's so lit. And then CDL Mosh Pit, which is cool. And then for the Battle Pass, there's a new Battle Pass system. That'll be interesting. We got Zeus, the new operator. We got the Bass P SMG. It kind of reminds me of like it almost looks like an M4 kind of, but I don't know which receiver that is. We'll find out. And we got the Victus SMR. Isn't this XMR? Isn't this gun already inside of? Or no, the code name for this is in the game, but you actually can't use it, I think, because whenever I try and use the MCPR, it says this name comes up instead, so that's like most likely a bug. But I guess we are still getting like a new sniper regardless. So that's really cool. Got the Modern Warfare FC event. We got some new limited time operator bundles. We got Messi. Wait, what? Neymar Jr. We got soccer players coming into the Modern Warfare. Oh man, can't wait for. Listen, every single person in the universe is gonna buy these operators without a question of doubt. So that's gonna be so crazy. Like I can't even believe that Messi. I didn't even read these names quick enough to realize who it was. And we got Paul Parker. Dude, this is gonna be so sick. I can't wait. And then for new weapons, operators, and more, we got the M13B. This is like the M13 from 2019, so that's cool that this is making a comeback. And the Chimera, which I know everyone has been kind of heavily just speculating that this is the Honey Badger from Call of Duty Ghosts, so that's going to be really cool to see how that gets implemented. It should be functionally like a short-range SMG, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have a lot of attachments to, diversify how well you can use it as well in combat, so we'll see how that kind of unfolds. This will also bring a lot of questions too to kind of what they end up doing. So I'm sure they'll give us more information about this, so we'll find out. We got the Pro Pack, but we got some bundles, cool. And we got Klaus, and got Gaz. Yes, see, I've been waiting for Gaz to come out as operated since like the beginning of the day. I'm so shocked that Gaz didn't come out first thing. So I can't wait to play with Gaz. It's gonna be sick. Get ready for a new era. Free to launch the free to play Call of Duty Warzone 2, DMZ mode, really sick. New era, ready up and prepare to drop in. November 16th, calendars. Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 will deliver action on all fronts. The next iteration of a massive free-to-play battle royale experience featuring the much anticipated DMZ mode. Sick. Alright, so this is everything we talked about. Season 1 for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 goes live November 16 at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that's what, 2 No, 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, cool. Modern Warfare 2 will receive its first update on the 14th, and then all platforms can preload Warzone 2 starting on the 14th as well. So the game, okay, cool. So that's actually really cool that they actually let us download the files for everything too, so that way we can kind of prep, because they already, I feel like they already know that when Warzone 2 actually drops as a whole game, the download for that is going to be insane, and the servers are going to crash, and it's going to be a lot. So hopefully they're kind of prepared for the amount of people that are about to like hop on this game, because I know like a lot of people, despite the massive success that Modern Warfare 2 had, it's still going to really like the numbers are gonna be skyrocketed in comparison to the release. So again, fingers crossed that the game has a really smooth launch, but we'll see what's on as it goes on. All right, so we got Al Mazrah, home of Warzone 2, 18 major points of interest to plot out the victory battle royale or explode them on route to extraction in DMZ. Get ready for a new era, massive gameplay innovations, make Warzone 2 an incredible experience built on the community learning since Call of Duty Next. Lit. And then third-person players coming to Warzone 2 for the first time in Warzone history. Welcome fans of third-person battle royale coming during Season 1. We'll see how that unfolds. I mean, the pacing for playing third-person will change significantly by comparison to first-person, but, like, we'll see. I think people are already, like, speculating the game is going to be slower because there's not, like, slide canceling and whatnot, but I don't really think so. I think the gameplay is still going to be pretty insanely fast by comparison. It's just that people are not going to be using the quote-unquote gimmick that is slide canceling. I think also like a general consensus, people are going to be okay with not having it. I'm definitely in that mentality because I didn't really need slide canceling. I didn't even ever really use it except for when I'm like trying to get away from the gas. That was literally it. So I mean, I'm a bot, so it's not really a big ordeal. But I mean, it'll be cool. Central Number for 2 is University City of Al Mazrah within the United Republic of Adal in your first battleground for Warzone 2. Is your first. See, so I feel like they actually have been speculating this too. I feel like news recently came up about how basically the next universal like Call of Duty experience is going to be like a expansion of MW2. So they're not going to just have one map. I think there's actually like a chance that they're going to actually have more than one map. So we'll see. So those who play Modern Warfare 2 right now are getting some serious training on Al Mazrah. For example, the following multiplayer maps are some subsections of the massive region. So we got the Al Bagra Fortress. Okay, I feel like it'll be different in Warzone 2. This is my least favorite map in the entire game, like low key. Embassy's cool. Zarkar Hydroelectric. This map is so sick. I love that map a lot. It's really cool. Tarak is cool. Seraph Bay is cool. And Syed is also there too. Cool. All right, the Warzone 2 innovations since the Call of Duty Next event. So they've obviously been kind of fine tuning a lot of things that's been going on. So we did that vid. Free to play for everyone, taking the battle royale, into the experience. For Season 1 launch, the entire blog was dedicated to diving deeper into the new features and mechanics that have been uploaded since the next event. So here's the biggest highlights that can be shared. Loadouts are not leaving. I know that many people were very much not okay with the idea of the loadouts like not being a thing. And I feel like I've also speculated this too, that they shouldn't be taken away because like realistically, loadouts is the definition of Warzone that separates it from a lot of the other battle royales that we have in the world. Because like I also personally don't think that I would ever really play Warzone 2 if I couldn't get a loadout. And it's not even the perks, it's more so the weapon, because I'm cool with like picking up attachments and guns in Warzone 2, like in Al Mazrah where we like kind of navigate and everything, but I'm gonna want to rack up some cash and then buy the weapon that I want, that I've been working on, because I feel like that's going to be really important. So I'm really glad that they've kept this here, because I feel like there's always something that's really nice about playing this game a lot, just because I'm progressing towards something. I think that's really what it boils down to. So I really am glad that they're not leaving. Similar to the original Call of Duty Warzone, loadouts play a large role in what makes the game unique. See, and I think that they've also realized that too, which makes sense because they have it here in the blog. Players have quick access to the loadout's primary benefit, the primary weapon. Wait. They have quicker access to the weapon. There's 3 ways to earn a loadout, or at least a primary. You can do shops. Players can use in-match cash at the shops. Okay, so shops got replaced as a name for the buy station. Cool. You can purchase primary weapons from the created loadouts. Sick. Loadout drop a public event. Loadout drops will drop into Al Mazrah in the middle of Battle Royale matches. However, these are not limited or assigned to individual squads, but instead can be accessed by any player. What? Oh, that changes a lot of things, because I know that, like, it's funny because whenever you find out like a loadout was dropping, they always dropped in packs together if there were other teams nearby. So if you see a loadout drop, if you saw like two boxes, you knew there was at least one other team nearby, so you can kind of navigate the area to just to make sure you're safe kind of vibe before you even try and dive into getting your loadout. But now that it's only one giant box that anyone can get, it's going to be nuts, because that means that you don't get information at all as to who might be nearby. Plus, this is a huge risk now in comparison. So that's going to be kind of nuts to think about. Okay. So you got shops, the loadout, public event, and then strongholds and black sites. You can also earn the loadout in the early game as a reward for clearing a stronghold or a black site. That's also really cool. See, I like that they actually give the players kind of an incentive reason to actually like work towards going to strongholds or black sites, because I know people who are doing Fortune's Keep. It was a very interesting added moment to the game, universally speaking, because I understand that they're working on AI, so that's fine. But the fact that they added this, but also they don't have this here for no reason. They have this for like a really good incentive. So, I feel like people who want to do the looting option, you have that choice now to get a loadout. If you want to wait until the box drops in the middle of the map, you can do that too. This is definitely more like a later game scenario. And then you have this, and I feel like this will be more allocated towards like the folks who don't want to loot and like run around, because there's a lot of risk to like running around areas of the map and then trying to get stuff, right? You can at least now do what I'm gonna call like a casual event. It's not really casual, but like, you know what I mean, like you're fighting NPCs to get the loadout, and that's also a cool option. So I like that you have this option. Additionally, in-match cash can be used to purchase your primary from creative loadouts. Yeah, so I like this a lot. I think that it's really cool that they have more than one way now to at least acquire it, and I feel like they're gonna learn that there's gonna be even more ways to acquire the loadout. And I think also they did mention that they're gonna be allowing perks to come out of boxes, like supply boxes as well. So I think if the loadout actually allows you to acquire just a weapon, I think that's actually a huge win. I don't necessarily think that it requires you to also get your perks. I mean, the perks are also a huge requirement, of course, because if you are the overkill loadout person, right, you get two weapons as a result. I've always was the one loadout person, so to me that was always the most important thing. But if you don't get your perks from it, then it does matter in terms of what you build and how you build, which is really cool. I think additionally though too, I'm very curious to see how they're going to actually do the cost per attachment with the loadout, because I don't think that it's going to be like a flat 10k again just to be able to get a whole 5 attachment weapon. I'm very curious to see if like the process of like the weapon you pick and the attachments you put on will actually change in price. So for example, if you like a sniper rifle decked out for like ADS and whatnot, right, it might cost like 15k, but then an assault rifle with like a short range, it might have different attachments, but it'll be like cheaper. I feel like it'll be very interesting to see if they change the pricing for that. I feel like that might be a little bit too complicated, but it'll really depend on how they go about it, so we'll find out. Loot mechanics, battle royale remain traditional, and new backpack system in DMZ. We got kind of like a small teaser of that in the at the Call of Duty next event, so we'll see. Warzone 2 will implement a new backpack system fully integrated for DMC, shooting for battle royale modes. Okay, so they're going to keep it also in our modules like main mode. Okay, so like the previous Warzone supply boxes are now throwing out items to pick up. Cool. When a player interacts with any other loot container, such as a duffel bag, medical case, they will function with a loot menu. Oh, okay. They kind of did like a hybrid of the two. So it's like you have the typical like the standard supply boxes that are all over Al-Mazrah, but then you also have the situation where if you kill your team, they don't just drop their stuff. It's all packed in like a menu. So I mean, I get it though, because at least you actually have a place to like navigate it instead of just having to do it from like a random ground area. So this is not bad though, because I think it does. This actually does a lot more than you think that it does, because like you can't hide under a body of loot and then wait, but also you're not really caught out in the open as much when people can see loot that's there. I also wonder how long the duffel bag and the case will last. It would also be kind of fascinating if you can actually like move the bag, because you can't move a bunch of items obviously, but if you can move a duffel bag when you kill somebody, that would be a really cool way to like clean up your tracks. That way people don't know that there was a dead body here kind of vibe. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit too much for kind of what I would expect for them to do. But if that was an interaction that you actually can utilize, that would be fire. When a player dies, they drop their primary weapon on the ground and their backpack. Oh, okay. So they actually, okay, I see. Which contains the rest of their content. So the weapon and the backpack drop, right? Because it's what's on their person. Okay, that makes sense. Defining the new gulag. After next, the new gulag will see some change over the past 2 months while still being grounded within the traditional Warzone experience. The gulag will feature a 2v2 environment, crazy, where randomly paired duos must coordinate to take down the opposition. All players get a predefined loadout. Okay, so I know that they actually had it so that people can. I think you start with nothing, and then you can find stuff on the ground. But the stuff that's on the ground is also randomized. So like somebody can end up with like an SMG, and I end up with like a Desert Eagle. So there's obviously like a very clear disadvantage in some cases versus who gets what. But it's cool that it's a predefined loadout now, or they kind of retain that, which is cool. It would be a pistol or a shotgun, lethal, and a tactical, which with highly effective weaponry and gear placed toward the maps. Oh, so they kept it. Okay, so you start with a pistol or a shotgun, but then you also can get better stuff in the middle. The gulag will also include a jailer. Oh, so they kept that too. Oh, okay. Who will appear in the middle of the match. See, so that's crazy because the jailer is going to be there fighting people, and he has all the good weapons. Oh, this is very Hunger Games-esque. This is kind of sick. He'll be in the middle of the match to help speed up combat. Defeating the jailer will return all four gulag prisoners back into battle royale system. What? Do both duos agree to wait and fight the powerful enemy together, or does one get greedy and try to go for the annihilation victory? Oh shoot, this is nuts. Actually, I feel like a lot of people might actually not go for the opposing like player kills. They might. It's honestly a lot beneficial from like a community standpoint if everyone just kills the jailer so that they can all go back. But I can also see somebody being very, very sneaky, and then instead of us like agreeing to fight the jailer, right, they sneak up behind. See, so now this actually creates like a huge like trust issue system. This is very crazy because I feel like this kind of is like a thing out of a TV show almost. Like anybody in like Prison Break, bro. I get that kind of vibe where like you fight either to work together or you don't. That's kind of nuts actually. This is a really cool concept. I'm very fascinated that they did like a 2v2 thing though. But well, I mean, we'll find out if anything. Instead of a traditional overtime mechanic, if neither team nor the jailer is eliminated for after a brief period of time, all four operators lose. So you have to do something. That's nuts. Okay. So if you don't kill, if nobody dies, including the jailer, then that's just a GG for everybody. So there's no time. But the jailer the jailer's not gonna just stand in the middle and do nothing. He's gonna just start shooting at whoever the heck he wants, and then that's just gonna be what it is. Oh, I can't wait to see what the gulag is gonna feel like. I feel like people are gonna be very mixed about it. I feel like it's gonna be like a really, really cool thing, and people are gonna really enjoy it. Other people are just gonna want like that traditional like 1v1 me bro situation, and that makes sense also. But they're changing it up, and I'm cool with that entirely. They got AI combatants in Battle Royale. Okay. Gulag is just one of the 3 places where players can fight AI combatants, as they'll be restricted to guard specific locations. The other 2 locations are strongholds and black sites, which are clearly designated on your in-game tac map to allow you to opt into engagements with AI combatants. During each match, several strongholds are activated on the map. They can visit these areas to fight AI people. First thing to complete a stronghold must disarm a bomb, and they get a key to a black site and their custom loadout. Successful teams must eliminate a specific number of defenders or players, and or AI player. Oh no, it's both. It's AI or players. Okay. And will earn their custom loadout, but not a black site key. Okay. So if you kill a certain number of people, you can get a loadout, but you won't get a key. But if you get the bomb, you get a key and a loadout. Okay, so then there's something. Okay, they have it here. Black sites are a more dangerous form of stronghold, but they offer a permanent weapon blueprint reward and even more valuable in-game items for those who clear it out. These are available only via the black site key given to the team that first clears one of the active strongholds. Okay, so the black site is more important than a stronghold, but they both require like clearing out. Interesting. Okay. The fact that they actually give you like a permanent weapon blueprint reward is going to be very fascinating because I feel like that's going to be like seasonal time limited. So people are gonna have to go kind of nuts to make sure that there's not more than one, or at least if there's just like a way to figure out like if there's one per location on the map, then that makes sense. But if it's just one in general, as long as you can just get the reward, that's way more important than everything else. So this is also really cool. We got new features. Not everything will be different from what we saw at the next event. In addition to some other features, expect the following in Warzone 2. Circle collapse. There might not be only one safe zone. In Battle Royale modes, there can be up to 3 circles within the collapse, which will ultimately re-emerge for the final showdown. You adjust strategy accordingly, and this is randomized in each match. So it's not always 3. It can be 2. That's cool. Proximity chat. That's gonna be nuts. Comms are open, so any in-game chatter can be picked up by any other squad. This can open up new ways to tackle engagements or enemies who are holed up inside buildings. I would love. See, this is something like my RPG brain would love to actually have people try and use this proximity chat in a very realistic way. Like if you have people that are like kind of holed up in a building and they're like sniping, and you're like, I'm gonna open the door, and then like peek in and you hear the door crack. Like you can either like get really realistic with it, or you can just like, you know, go just way left field and troll the crap out of whoever's in that building too. It's kind of nuts that you can mess with it like that. So we'll see. This is a really, really cool functionality though. I like that a lot. Assimilation in squad-based DMZ as well as Battle Royale playlists, you have a choice to join up with enemy operators and form a larger squad. What? That's wild. You can make a bigger team than. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm very curious about how that's gonna work. Interrogation in squad-based modes. Intel's everything. Reveal enemy locations by successfully taking down the player-controlled enemies. You can interrogate downed enemies. All right. They've been in the gym working on something fascinating. All right. I'm very interested in this. Let's see. All right, 2 new vehicles to find the fresh vehicle roster for Warzone 2. An aerial powerhouse known as the Heavy Chopper, which can hover in the air. It can hover in the air without a pilot. And the Hummer EV pickup, a versatile means to quickly cover huge ground with the whole squad in an all-electric super truck. Well, that's a huge sponsors of Lid. Okay, so here's a full roster of vehicles you can get in Al Mazrah. You got the ATV, the little 3-seater, the UTV, the hatchback, nice, the SUV, the Hummer EV. Is there a difference? No, actually. You got the cargo truck, you got the light helo, the heavy chopper, the RHIB, which is a tactical boat for special forces, the armored patrol boat, which got the machine guns on there. Cool. Okay, so vehicle fuel and a gas station mechanic. No more unlimited fuel sources. All vehicles, yes, including the EV, use fuel over time, and when it runs out, that vehicle is no longer usable. Vehicles can be refilled either with gas cans found around the map. Oh, that's actually huge. Or at gas stations. Gas stations can also repair body damage and tires, thereby restoring vehicle health. However, operators can also perform flat tire repairs anywhere in the road by interacting with individual tires. What? This is so crazy how much interaction there is with just the cars alone besides just driving them. That is so nuts that you can do that. You can actually repair the tires. You can take gas cans from outside of the sources of the station and bring it to the car and refuel the car. And this is the huge win. Okay. We got aquatic combat now, which I know was like the one real big defining situation, so that's really cool. They can navigate waterways, rivers, and open seas, part of their overall victory strategy. Only sidearms, melee weapons, and throwing knives can be used while you're submerged. Yeah. Also, try using lethal and tactical equipment on or underwater for a wide variety of potentially destructive effects. Yeah. Using a frag grenade in the water is kind of crazy, actually. I recommend you try it out. Buy Station 2.0. Each buy station contains a unique set of items for purchase in limited quantity, including kill streaks, armor plates, and more. It's limited, mind you. That's nuts. You can see the offerings, and you can buy back fallen squad mates within the new interface. Cool. DMZ. Okay, in addition to traditional Warzone modes, Battle Royale, solos, duels, trios, and quads, Warzone 2 will launch with a brand new experience known as DMZ. It's an open world narrative focused extraction mode where the operator squads have free reign to complete faction based missions, take on additional side objectives, and engage with enemy AI or enemy operators, and search for valuable items, all while fighting to survive towards exfiltration. You can get a tactical overview into the mode close to the launch next week. Okay. Dang, they didn't even. That's it. That's all they said. That'd be nuts. That's all that they said. Okay, so it's a narrative. Okay, it's narrative focused. So it's kind of like Battle Royale and like Spec Ops had a baby. We'll see what we get more so next week. Third person, shifting perspective, completely change Battle Royale fundamentals in Call of Duty, allowing different visibility tactics and altered but still action-packed gameplay feel. Modern Warfare 2 owners can already get a taste of third person through the game multiplayer. True, I haven't played it yet though, but it's cool. They actually made it. Okay, what I will say though is that they actually made a change that they didn't have in the beta, and I actually really like the change. They actually allowed you to select the ability to you can choose between aiming over the shoulder or in first person. In the beta, when you did third person, you can only do it with first person ADS. They actually changed it so you can choose first person or third person, which is a really cool option. I like that because the option was it didn't exist, and now it does. So that's a huge W. We'll see how that also unfolds. Coming into Warzone intermission relaunch as Call of Duty Warzone Caldera. When we look ahead to Warzone 2.0, we also want to address our plans for Call of Duty Warzone. Access to Call of Duty Warzone continues as normal until November 16, when a short intermission takes place during the launch window of Warzone 2. At approximately 8 a.m. Pacific time, so 11 Eastern, on the 16th, Warzone servers will be temporarily offline as Call of Duty Vanguard Season 5 concludes. At 10 a.m. Pacific time, Call of Duty Warzone 2 will be released as part of Modern Warfare 2 Season 1. Okay. During this time, CD development resources led by Riven Software will be focused on ensuring new Warzone 2 free-to-play ecosystem is running effectively. At this time, you are encouraged to jump in and play Warzone 2 for free. Once Warzone 2 ecosystem is fully stable and after a small development break for Thanksgiving for the developers who observe the US holiday, Warzone is planned to be relaunched as Warzone Caldera as a separate experience. This will happen at 10 a.m. Pacific time on the 28th. As a token of appreciation, those who played Warzone will be given a few items to use in Warzone 2. Okay. So they're just like, what I will say though is that they're at least keeping it here, because getting rid of the experience of this would be such a pain. I'm also hoping, this is just me though, that they actually create some kind of crazy integration for just Warzone 1 and Warzone 2, because I feel like a lot of the operators and skins and the collaborations and the events and the weapons and the skins and all that stuff, I hope that they find a way to basically like let the money be worth it, because what they had, we had Warzone 1 for like 3 years, which is sick, but like I'm still trying to run around with Ghostface and Warzone 2 like low-key, so hopefully. Following the relaunch, you have two different Warzone games you can play, 2.0 and Caldera. The 2.0 weapons progression and inventory systems will be tied to the new Modern Warfare 2 content and systems. This is due to a combination of feedback from the community, technical limitations, and a need to simplify the next and newest Warzone to create a seamless player experience moving forward. Warzone Caldera continues as a separate game from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, so you can expect the experiences within Warzone 2 Caldera once it launches. Player progression, cross-progression, XP, weapon XP, inventory, battle pass content, weapons, store bundle, other purchases from Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone, Black Ops Cold War, and Vanguard will be accessible only within Warzone Caldera and in their games. Okay, so they're not going to be bleeding over each other at all. You are expected to be able to access a standard Battle Royale playlist. Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, including Battle Pass store bundles, will not be available for this one. It's fine. The tokens will not be transferable. While Warzone Caldera won't have an in-game store, COD points will be transferable between all games. Okay. Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep maps will not be present when Call of Duty Warzone Caldera becomes available to play. Okay. For those fans of small battle maps, expect the developments in Warzone 2 during future seasons. Okay. So, huge L. But, I understand. They don't necessarily need to do anything in order to like maximize the like efficiency for how they want to function with these maps. Like they could just leave it, but I think that the way that they're going to be developing Warzone 2 moving forward from this moment is that they're actually going to be utilizing both of these maps in a feature map scenario for Call of Duty. Because again, they already mentioned that they're doing kind of like a sequel to the MW2 experience, and it's going to be getting like an expansion pass, if you will. Something tells me that they're going to remake Rebirth and Fortune's Keep. They may not be two smaller maps, but they might just be two like giant POVs that just exist in another form of Warzone 2. So I'm actually, this is the only reason what I can think about that why it won't be in Caldera. So you're only going to be able to play Caldera, but you're also going to be able to play all of those old versions of the games, which is fine. So that way, if you ever feel like you want to take a break from Warzone 2, you can go to Warzone 1. However, I feel like people who play Warzone 1 after Warzone 2 drops, well, it'll be very dependent on what kind of player base you get from that. We'll see. So, but they already made it very clear that they're going to be making smaller maps. You know, they're going to be doing like a Warzone 2.0 for Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep, which is really cool. So we'll find out. Okay. So for Modern Warfare 2, Shoe House shipment come back, which is cool. CDL Mafia comes out. New Spec Op missions and Raid Episode 1, which is also cool. Shoot the Ship 2. Yes, I love that. Okay, it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a really, really hilariously fun game mode to be playing. Shoe House is a massively fun map. I love that map. It's so cool. Oh, shipment look kind of. They kind of made it like kind of traditional, honestly, from like how it was originally, you know. Because I remember if you ever played friggin' Shipment from Vanguard, there was like a whole bunch of hopping areas that are on top of these craters. It was not a thing. I did not understand it. Okay. Let me see. And feature Modern Warfare 2 Season trailer is teaming up with Infinity Ward and other partners to provide a ranked play experience in multiplayer, modeled after the game's highest level competition, the Call of Duty League. As previously announced, MW2 ranked play will be based off of 2 years of continuous feedback. Will contain among other new features, ranked skill divisions, visible score ratings, the top 250 leaderboard. Okay, cool. They made a special CDL playlist for Season 1. It'll use the standard rules and restrictions and map rotation across all 3 of the official game modes. Cool. Okay, I'm not a CDL person at all, but the CDL actually only do hardpoint search and then control? Does it not do anything else? It's kind of interesting, actually. I didn't know that. I thought you can actually play like any game mode. I don't know. Cool. Spec Ops. High Ground is the name of the mission. Coming is the Season 1 raid. I'm looking really, really forward to this, like for the mid-season challenge for that. It's going to be so sick. Tier 1 and combat record. The Tier 1 playlist will be available at the start of Season 1. This playlist will feature decreased health. Oh, this is hardcore. Okay. Decreased health, limited HUD, and friendly fire turn on for a more Milsim-like experience. Combat records will also arrive in Modern Warfare 2 Season 1, more intel to follow. See, I didn't actually understand if they actually... Like, I don't know if your win-loss and your KD is being tracked right now because it's not technically visible on the like, in the game. I kind of hope not. Not because I'm doing terrible. I would not mind it having... I wouldn't mind them, like, having everyone start fresh after putting in some, like, time in and work to actually get stuff, because, like, everyone knows that, like, your KD is bad when you start playing the game and you have nothing, like, score streak or gun-wise. So I hope that they actually have everyone start at 0 evenly after you work towards getting everything. Because, like, if you're 55, then it's fair for everyone else who's also 55 to like, work towards stuff. We'll find out. Okay, general overview for Season 1. New Battle Pass, now with more player choice. Conquer a new Battle Pass system as you choose map sectors, your way to unlock both free and premium items in whatever order you decide. Okay, there's different sectors, so it kind of splits okay, it kind of branches out in a way. There's free and premium items. We'll see how that looks like. 4 weapons, 6 operators, 2 new weapon platforms, and 2 trios. 1 of elite soldiers and 1 of football's finest. Oh, okay. I was like, what? Okay. Seasonal prestige system, new challenges and awards. Okay. The new battle pass. In the seasons of Modern Warfare 2019, Battle Pass system offered players a collection of free items, including functional weapons and Call of Duty points of playing the game. It gave our community visibility into what content they were earning and buying, with the ability to upgrade and access over 100 items, including new operator weapons and more. In Season 1, we are introducing a brand new iteration of the Battle Pass with a host of innovations. Players will have more choices and more agency than ever before. Instead of a linear stream of tiers set out in a scrolling row along the bottom of your screen, your Battle Pass takes on the form of a multi-sector map. Players will unlock items earned using battle token tierscapes across the map, which is themed within the current season. Each map has at least 20 sectors, which with 5 items in each sector. Tokens can be used to either unlock adjacent sectors or earn more items within an unlocked sector. Okay, so then there's 5 different paths. Each path has 20 things, so it's still 100. And then you can use tokens to either unlock the ones that are next to that. So there's probably going to be one branch that's like only available, and then as you progress through one, you'll get access to more. That makes sense. Additionally, these tokens can be used to unlock specific items within the battle pass at your pace, whether it's a free and functional weapon or a cool operator skin. You control over who or what gets unlocked earlier. Oh, so I guess then, like, you know how in the old battle pass, like if you wanted to get the level 54 rank item and you were like level 48, you have to buy everything between 48 to 54 to get that. I don't think that they have that anymore. I think now you can just skip to get the 100 thing, which is cool. That if they actually allow that, that'll be really, really cool, because people working and playing so much and so hard just to be able to try to get like that really cool skin to get to rank 100, that takes time. So, but like if you want to be able to just like use your tokens to just get that thing, then like you have to work for everything else that you don't put your time into, you know? If they actually allow you to do that and you can pick what you want to unlock just so that you can guarantee the thing, that's going to give everyone so much great incentive to just get what they want, and then everything else is kind of like, you know, I'll get it if I get it, you know? That'll be really cool. So yeah, because if you're looking for a particularly operator skin, weapon blueprint, or one of the weapons, you can pick the appropriate sector and start acquiring tokens like those items. We'll see. We'll have to look at it. 4 new weapons and 2 free in the past. Eagle-eyed players may have seen or have used even the weapons that are functional for the current season battle pass system using Auto for 2 campaign. Now you can move them across multiplayer. Wait, what? They were in the season? Okay, I don't know. Okay. And we got the Victus XMR and the Bass P SMG at launch, and the Chimera and M13B rifles during the season. So the Victus sniper rifle is a hard-hitting bolt action. This I knew. It's basically like the L119. I'm pretty sure, right? Well, it looks like it at least, so that's cool. It's 50 cal BMG ammunition. It's tungsten 7. Cool. It's free within the battle pass for that one. The Bass P SMG, it uses the Bruin Ops platform. Hold on a second. I kid you not, I have all of the like the name of the platforms out. Does it say what platform this one's under? Oh, it says the Imperatorium platform. That's such a sick name for it. Wait, I kind of want to quickly just check and see though. There's no Imperatorium platform, so that's a first for that, which is really, really cool. And then the Bass P uses the Bruin Ops platform, but there isn't any. I don't think there's anything for that one either. There's the Bruin Bullpup, which is what the STB and the HCR and the MX9 is, but there's no actual like Bruin Ops platform. Okay, so I think they're going to be getting their own platforms with this one. Okay, that's interesting. And aggressive fire rate, modern flame makes it a perfect for the certain operator who wants to customize a machine gun. Subsonic ammo, so it's adding in different magazine. That's really cool. Okay, the Chimera assault rifle. Oh, look at that! They use the same platform. So the Bass P and the Chimera, they kind of look the same too, but they both use the same platform. Okay, with an integrated suppressor and slow high energy 300 BLK rounds. Okay, it is adept at close quarters combat, subsonic ammo, high skulls. Okay, so they're doing the thing that I knew that they're going to be doing, so that's really cool. Oh, the M13B also uses. Oh, all 3 of these guns have the same. Fascinating. Okay, so this is kind of what I was thinking about before, because we're getting 2 ARs, a sniper rifle, and an SMG. 3 of those weapons all follow the same platform, which means that you're going to be able. I want to know how the progression is going to work with this, because you get this weapon free with the pass. This one is a store bundle or weapon unlock challenge. Oh, okay. And then, oh, okay, they actually have told us here. So the Bass P is the base. So you start with this gun. And then as you level up this one, you will work towards the Chimera and towards the M13B. Fascinating that they did it that way. Okay, so I actually like that a lot, because this will definitely bring on like a whole different conversation. But because they're going to be using their own platform and they have their own attachments and whatnot, my only wonder is if, like, because they're going to be using new attachments, right, that don't even exist in the current game, those attachments might be available for other weapons to use. Like, if an assault rifle looking SMG style gun, like the Chimera, has subsonic rounds like pre-integrated, if you just unlock that magazine and you can put it on a different gun, that would be fire. Because you can totally put it on this one too. So I'm really hoping that they actually start, like, this stock is an AR stock. I'm hoping that there's a way to implement this stock on other guns that are already out that isn't, that way it's not only locked to this like specific platform. We'll find out. High rate of fire, low recoil. Okay, so the M13 kind of has the same functionality that it did back in 2019, which is cool. Remember, each new weapon can use attachments from other weapons, such as Modern Warfare 2 Arsenal. They will also come with new base camos. Sick. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Across all weapons, once unlocked, and will count towards it. So that's such a huge W, because they're not only working on adding new guns, they're also just adding new receivers. So the M13B and the Chimera being a receiver, they have their own weapon camos, which are all. So we're not gonna just be getting 4 guns. We're gonna be getting 4 guns, 16 camos, and potentially new attachments. That is such a huge win. Huge win. I love that they did that. That's so. I love that. That's phenomenal. I can't see, that makes me really excited though, because I think that it's really cool that they actually have that as like an existing functionality. Okay, 6 new operators: a Nigerian counter-terrorist group founder, a Danish elite special forces soldier, and one of the Task 141's finest. Cool. So we got Zeus. Bro, his mask. Born in South Niger Delta. Okay. He's the oldest of 3 children. That's sick. He was born with dysarthria, which is a speech disorder, and pronounced his name Zeus. Interesting. Okay. It's kind of crazy that they give people like background. You know what I mean? I hope that he kind of makes an appearance in the Call of Duty lore world. You know what I mean? So he's automatically unlocked with the purchase of the Battle Pass, which is cool. We get Klaus, who's redacted apparently. Why do I not know who this person is? I feel like I should know who this is. Do I not know who this is? I don't know. We get Gaz, my boy. I can't wait. Price's right hand man. No, I'm definitely with it. Oh, it doesn't say how to actually unlock Klaus. I don't know. I'm blanking on Klaus right now. It's not a big deal, but we're gonna get Gaz soon. Oh, they're quite in bundles. Okay, and also 3 football team offers will be available for a limited time. We got Messi. Oh my god, friggin'! It's wild that they did that. We got Pogba, Messi, and Neymar. I hope that they have voiceovers too. That's going to be so fire. Oh, the persistent prestige seasonal progression revealed. This year, leveling up past 55 will let you earn the permanent prestige rank across all seasons, rather than having it reset at the end of each season. Oh, okay. Beginning of season 1, reaching 56 will get prestige 1. We'll grant you an emblem, rewards, and challenges, and you get those to get a calling card. Season 1 also includes 4 more prestige ranks, and also lots of new challenges and rewards. So you get prestige 2. Okay, so with every 50 levels, you get a new icon. Okay. Honestly, I have lost track of prestige icons after Black Ops 1, so whatever. So they go up every 50 levels, and then at the level cap of 250, you get prestige 5, which I'm guessing is this one. At the end of season 1, you can continue ranking up from whenever they ended up on their prestige. Wait, at the end of season 1, players can continue ranking up from wherever they ended up on the prestige ranks. This allows players who may not have had enough time to level to catch up in later seasons, while also not resetting their progress anyone who reached max rank during that season. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, so auto combat overview. The Call of Duty League kicks off, which is cool. Upgrade to Modern Warfare 2, whatever. Okay. We already brought this on, children. That's really cool that they have that though still. Flashback. There is officially friggin' Call of Duty Ghost Face Biz for the shop. That's cool. Okay, you get cool. All right, that's it. I'll tell you what. This is a lot of content for season 1. We're gonna be getting friggin' Warzone. It's ripping itself out of there already. We're already getting collaboration operators, which is cool. We're gonna be getting 4 guns, even though if you really technically think about it, it's 2 guns, but 1 gun has 2 receivers. So that'll be really cool. One thing I'm hoping is that they basically figure out if they can actually take weapons like this and give it like a receiver, or rather like to the bass P, and it gets like a receiver, and it kind of like I would love for them to do that with even older guns, because I feel like they really can. Not that I want them to like, you know, give me like another M4. I mean, I would like that, but I'm not really being picky. It's more so just like in general. Like sometimes they don't need to just give us like a whole new platform and like receivers. They don't have to do that. They can literally just be like, hey, we're bringing you, the AR-15, which is a variation of the M4. I'm totally not sure if that's right, but I'm just gonna use an example. Right, but we get a variation of a platform that already exists in the game, and then you can just acquire that platform. Um, and you don't have to, you can get a bundle for it, or like a weapon blueprint, whatever. Or if you already unlock the weapon for that tree in a certain like level, then you can just unlock it off the rip. That way, like your progression towards weapons is just automatically applied. Like if I had to bring my Icarus 556 to like level, you know 14, um then I can just unlock that other AR that they were already going to be implementing as a receiver. And it'll be a different gun, because again, though that new gun will just have new camos that every other gun can use. It'll have new attachments that'll be applied to that platform also, which is going to be really cool. And they're going to just be able to figure all that stuff out. So like I'm already really excited to see that. If, for example, I mean, obviously we have to test this out once we get the chance, though, because if the M13 brings on, like a new muzzle, even if it's like a compensator or something, or like these attachments you see right here, if I can just use this stock on a different gun that's not this gun, that's huge. Same thing with like that magazine, and the list goes on. So we'll find out. I think that this is a really really heavily condensed, packed, content heavy of content for the first season, and it's only gonna get more better from there, because they definitely learned from their previous years of releasing content for like the previous Warzone. So they already know that there's a lot of stuff that they gotta just do to kind of keep us all in the exciting, in the know. So definitely check out you know this out when it comes out, literally like in a week. It's going to be so sick. I can't wait to get in there. DMZ multiplayer with battle royale style, it's all coming back, so I'm really really excited to dive in there. So hope you guys do too. So have a good one. Take care.